What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're just gonna chill. We're just gonna kick back, chill, open up some energy drinks here. We're gonna do a little review of the Ghost energy drinks. So I have all 4 flavors here, but topic of the video, before we do the review and everything, topic of today's video, I wanted to, when I started my YouTube, so kind of go back if you haven't, most of y'all have been here and have seen my prep diary. So I did diaries 1 and 2, and that was really like why I started YouTube, was to document, you know, each day of prep. I was a full-time student, just ending my collegiate soccer career as well, and just documenting every single little bit of that journey. And after that, I kind of didn't have the motivation to do YouTube. I just didn't really know. I was a little lost. And if you are a former competitor and have competed in the past, or a competitor now, you understand like those post-show blues and just being like, okay, well, what's next? A lot happened in that time frame. So it's been about a little over 2 years now, actually, since I finished my last season, which I did 4 back-to-back shows, got very lean. I'll put pictures on the screen. Got really lean, did 2 national shows, and my goal was pro card. Fell short of that. And by that last 4th show, I was completely burnt out. I was also going into my senior year of not high school. Whoa. I wish. Senior year of college. And I was just very busy, very burnt out, obviously, from competing. And a lot has happened in this time frame. So I just kind of want to fill you guys in on my journey from being a competitive bodybuilder to now. So 2 years later, I've been asked this a lot on Instagram of just kind of like what was, you know, the processes, because again, a lot has happened, not only like in my life, but you know, different paths that I've had to take to get to where I'm at right now. And it hasn't been an easy journey, I will definitely say that. But I wanted to kind of highlight on that. So we're going to go over that. My fitness journey, I started fitness like lifting weights in high school, beginning of high school, with playing soccer and so forth. So my fitness journey is pretty long. I'm almost turning 24. I was just thinking, I was like, I entered high school at 14 and I'm almost 24. Holy crap, I'm getting old. So if you want to see a full like fitness journey video, I can do that too, and just kind of go over my like process, maybe from starting out to getting to a competition stage and kind of like the newbie gains and leading up to that. So let me know in the comments below if you wanted to see that. Sorry, I had a moment here. I'm almost getting almost 24, so here we are. I digress. Anyways, we are going to do a little review first on the Ghost energy drinks. I'm really excited about these. I just got them in the mail the other day. I don't have a specific launch day, but definitely make sure you're following my Instagram, so I will post all the announcements for that. Yesterday, actually, I tried the citrus one and the sour watermelon flavor. I'm going to try the last 2. This is the tropical mango, and the red berry Sour Patch Kid. So this is natural, my strap is falling down, natural caffeine with no, you know, artificial sugars or anything like that. Reading on the nutrition label, it's 5 calories, 1 gram of carb. The full, I mean, I can I'll post a screenshot on the screen so you guys can read through the entire ingredient list. But Ghost, a reason I really love Ghost in general, they are full disclosure, so they always have the nutrition label. So in terms of like the calorie macro content here versus other energy drinks like 3D, Monster, Rain, Bang, I don't really drink Bangs anymore, but this is definitely better. Definitely on the better side for that, with 1 gram of carb, 5 calories. So I guess let's try tropical mango. Not the biggest mango fan. I will give you guys like an honest review of citrus and sour watermelon, but I want to try both of these, the other 2 first, and then I can like give a better review of everything. So here we go. Yes, I'm going to crack open 2 energy drinks right now. It's like almost 6 p.m. Woo! One more sip. I like that. Okay. That was a lot better, actually. I'm not as I said, I'm not really a mango fan, but let's see. We'll try the red berry here. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Let me let it simmer for a second. Because again, I tried the other two. I'll post my like review thing. I put it on my story on Instagram. Maybe I'll edit and put it in here. I don't know. But so I tried the citrus and I tried the sour watermelon. I'm going to say off the bat, my least favorite is the citrus. I would say this tastes like pineapple lemonade. It's a little too sweet for me. Not my favorite. It's just too sweet overall. So I would have to say that's my least favorite. I would say I wish I could try. I'm not going to open up another one. That one might be a little crazy. I don't need to anyways, but I definitely don't need to open up 3. Let me try the red berry. So I'm between right now the red berry and the sour watermelon as my top favorite, which I kind of already expected. Again, not the biggest mango fan. I will review the mango and say it's actually really good. I would definitely drink this one. I would not drink the citrus one just like casually. I would probably just give those to like friends or like anyone who comes over. This one's actually pretty good. This would be my third. Again, I really like the red berry and the sour watermelon. Let me try this one. I'm not the best at reviews, but I do try. This is like it's not a too overpowering mango taste. It has like something else that I can't really... it's tropical mango, so I'm thinking it's like a little bit of a hint of pineapple in there as well. But again, not as overwhelming as the citrus. The citrus was too much for me, where I was like, I don't think I can drink this whole thing. The thing about these energy drinks, though, that I will have to say is different from competitor energy drinks. Hello, English. They are not as carbonated. So they're definitely a more lighter energy drink, if that makes sense. So there's not so many bubbles, which I personally like, because a lot of times energy drinks I don't typically drink. If you look at my fridge, I have a million energy drinks in there. I just don't really drink energy drinks that much because of the carbonation. It starts to upset my stomach. So if I want caffeine, I typically go for coffee in the morning, or I'll do pre-workout, like before a workout or something. So I personally really like that these are a lighter energy drink versus like their competitor energy drinks. So that's kind of like a personal preference there. In terms of the red berry, the Sour Patch Kid and Warhead, these are the collab flavors, which they do with the pre-workout, and they did collabs with the protein as well. I knew these would be my top ones just because both of these flavors in the pre-workout are like my favorite pre-workouts that Ghost has. So I'm a big fan of these. I would have to say my favorite one is the sour watermelon, just because it's that more sour taste, and I love anything sour. But a close second will be the red berry. This is really, really stinking good. So I'm gonna drink this while we go over my fitness journey. Again, make sure you're following me on Instagram for like updates and everything for when these bad boys launch. I'm so excited, and the Ghost has the coolest flavors. I'm just gonna say that. So hands down, we'll cheers to that, and we'll get into my fitness journey leading up from competitor to now. So let me take a sip of that. So we're heavily caffeinated. We are good. We're just going to kick back and talk about my fitness journey. So again, if you haven't watched my Prep Diary series, you can see baby Brooklyn in full swing, and definitely just take a trip down memory lane for that. But it's been actually 2 full years now, and that's nuts how fast time has flown by. But before I dive into the fitness thing, a lot has happened just in my life, which kind of ties into fitness. I always say with all my clients, all aspects of our world tie into our fitness journey. I mean, your fitness journey should be a part of your life, not your entire life, which the difference between normal, just going to the gym, loving it, having fitness goals versus being a competitive bodybuilder is that becomes your whole world. It is a full-time job, and the level of discipline and time that you need to do that is exponential compared to just, loving going to the gym, doing this for a lifestyle type deal, which is where I'm at right now. So just wanted to put that out there that, different things in my life will kind of tie into my entire journey. From graduating college, which I did 2019, graduated college, and then right after college I actually moved from Virginia to San Diego, California. I just went all the way across the US for my first time ever leaving home too, and just to pursue what I'm doing now, which is online fitness coaching, obviously things with social media as well, but just the connections and so forth. I regret nothing. I absolutely love San Diego, and it has totally grown on me. It definitely feels like home. So that was a huge move as well, right in that same time frame of graduating college, moving out. And this is all like in not even a full year from, ending my competition season to all of this taking place. So anyways, I ended the competition season end of the summer. So it was like the end of August going into September. I was right at that time starting my senior year of college, and immediately after a bodybuilding show, it's reverse dieting time. This is a point where a lot of people that are competitors fall short of. It is the hardest, I will say this, it is the hardest part about doing competitions is the aftermath. The reverse diet after a show is so crucial, one, but also so difficult. Not only, I would say more so mentally than anything. You're increasing food because your calories are very low. You're doing a lot of cardio. And you're at a super lean body fat percentage, which is not sustainable. So the goal after doing these shows is to slowly start increasing calories, keep the leanness, not gain a ton of body fat. Obviously, you're going to be putting on body fat, but putting it on at a healthy rate versus a lot of times you'll see competitors do a show and then a month or two later they've gained 30 pounds, basically overnight kind of deal, and that happens more frequently than I would like to say. And that's something, again, as I said, the dieting and leading up to the show is much easier than the after part because you don't have that deadline and goal. Luckily, my reverse diet was really easy. I've competed before in the past, and I really didn't have a hard time at all doing the reverse diet. It actually stayed very lean all up until the start of the new year, 2019. So for, September, October, November, December, I was doing a very slow reverse diet. I was working for the company bodybuilding.com at the time. So I went to the Olympia Expo. I was doing photo shoots. I was also just in school full time as well. So I did a very successful reverse diet, got my food to a good spot. And then I ended up starting my official bulk. So I decided to start a bulking phase in terms of just being a little bit more aggressive with pushing calories up, putting on lean muscle tissue. And at this time I was like, I'm going to compete again. I want to put on lean muscle tissue. So when I do, cut down again, I have a way better package for the stage. So I entered into that right after the holiday season. So around January time. And this was an awesome phase for me. I mean, looking back, I really loved how I looked. I needed to do this. I stayed very, very lean. Again, coming out of that show, when I got my DEXA scan for the last show, I was like 10.8% body fat, which is very, very low for a female. So I kind of just, from my stage weight, I believe my lowest stage weight was like 113. And before I started that bulk, I was like 120. So I only put on like 7 pounds at that point, and definitely needed to put on some more weight and add some more muscle. So we did this bulk up from January all the way up to May. And again, graduated college middle of May, and ended up moving in July to San Diego. So did that, and in that time frame, put on about a solid 10 to 15 pounds in that period of time. And then, with college and everything and graduating and moving across the country and so forth, I also launched a monthly membership site as well, a huge project for that. So in that time frame, I stopped doing the bulk. I just kind of was very lax about everything and just kind of chilled. I was enjoying my last few weeks and months with, my hometown friends and my family, and had so much on my plate and a lot of stress. And I can honestly say, my fitness goals weren't a priority. I was going to the gym. I wasn't super strict with my diet. And, in that time, I probably put on maybe like 5 just like wiggle room pounds, just from living life, going out a little bit more, enjoying myself and so forth. And I can honestly say that, and that's kind of why, like I said from the beginning, so many different factors play into your fitness journey, and, different things. Stress is a huge thing, different life events and so forth. So that's a huge part of that. So I ended up moving in July, and then probably from, July and into like October time was just crazy. I was never even in San Diego, actually. Like every other week I was traveling. I was going to ghost events, one Bollywood, I went to the Olympia. I was just traveling. I went to Europe for like my end of college trip I wanted to take. I went to Europe for 2 weeks. I went to Texas. I went so many different places. And in that time, I was definitely, you know, I was obviously tracking macros and so forth. But, you know, my goal was, hey, I want to cut, you know, I want to, after this bulk, I really want to cut. And I ended up just kind of maintaining per se. I was slowly kind of cutting, but nothing exponential at all. And again, a little bit more lax because I was traveling so much and this way and that way. And it wasn't until really, really wasn't until February of this year where I was like, hey, I'm done doing this whole relax thing. I'm going to dedicate to myself for 12 weeks to do a full-on cut. You know, in that time, you know, I said October, but, you know, it was then November was the holidays, and then December and January is my birthday, and all the holiday madness, and even more traveling with that. And once that all settled down, I was like, hey, I'm doing this 12-week cut, started in February. I am going to dedicate 12 weeks. I know I can do it. You know, I've done all these shows and stuff. And I'm, you know, not going to go out on the weekends. If I do go out, you know, no, you know, temptations with food and alcohol and stuff like that. And what did work in my favor, I would say, is, you know, obviously with what is going on in the world, the pandemic, everything was shut down. So I didn't have those, you know, temptations or anything like that. So that actually ended up working in my favor for, I think I was cutting for like 4 weeks, and then that all happened. So the last 8 weeks were really smooth sailing, and it actually helped me a lot mentally to have that goal through, you know, those first 2 months of quarantine, because it was a lot. It was a lot emotionally and mentally. I mean, for all of us, it was so new and scary, and the what ifs of, you know, is there ever going to be normal and stuff like that. So having those set goals really just fired me up. And I ended that cut in May and ended up dropping about 10 to 12 pounds. I'll put pictures on the screen too, so you guys can have like a visual of everything. But I was dedicated to it. You know, that's all I could do was fitness. I went back home actually for quarantine to start for those 2 months of quarantine, and it was like my big set goal. And luckily we had gym equipment and stuff like that, and just taking walks and stuff and being out in nature too. I really just found myself. Not only with, you know, dedicating myself to that goal, but just doing a lot of inner work as well in that time frame. So beginning of May was the end of my cut, and from there, I really just kind of, you know, I still continue to track. My goal was to do a reverse diet, and I did that for a couple weeks, and ended up flying back home to Virginia and then going to North Carolina for a little beach trip and stuff. And from there, I was like, hey, I've been tracking macros for way too long, and I'm a creature of habit per se, and with my reverse diet, I was dropping some more weight. So I think at the end of like my official reverse diet, I dropped about 15 pounds. But, you know, after I did that beach trip, and then I went and shot for Alphalete, which was so fun, and I was just like, you know, I am moving into a new phase and season of my life, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna enter into intuitive eating, which intuitive eating is going back to like your childhood, where you just ate when you were hungry, stopped when you were full, you know, satisfied your cravings as is. And the beauty of tracking macros is you learn so much about the foods you're eating. And, you know, I could look at a potato and be like, hey, it has this many carbs, protein, fat, and know exactly. I look at a plate and be like, okay, I can easily like guesstimate in my head really quick how, you know, I could, you know, program this into my day, or will this fit my macro type deal. So from there, I was just like, I'm gonna just live life and do me. And, you know, you know, with everything going on too, growing my business, we now have 2 assistant coaches on staff, as well as myself. Launched our second challenge that is going on right now, which is super exciting, and just a lot of things going on that I really just wanted to dedicate my time to. And just the place I'm at the moment, you know, I'm training with purpose and intensity, you know, for strength gains. I'm training 5 times a week and really listening to my body to take those 2 days off. I was always a 6-day a week gal, and I was running myself into the ground with work and everything. So I was just like, okay, really listening to my body with that, and just being more in tune, not only with my eating, but my training, my sleep, every aspect of my life. So right now I am doing an intuitive approach where, again, eating when I'm hungry, you know, eating foods that I'm craving and so forth. I eat mainly a plant-based diet. When I go out, I will eat fish and chicken occasionally, but mainly plant-based. And I know what foods really work well for me, which foods I cannot stomach at all, and I really stick to that. And in short too, it's helped me not only with where I'm at now. I love the way I look, and you know, it will come a time where I want to get a little bit more serious with things, and again, we'll go back to tracking macros and such, but for now, this is definitely the approach that I'm loving, and there's no excess stress about it, and something that I work with like all my girls to get to the spot of, you know, not having stress related around food and being so meticulous, because when you're extreme one way or the other, it you know, any extreme causes burnout, and I've learned that firsthand, not only with competing, but when I got into my fitness journey as well, and just kind of overdid it because I thought, you know, healthy was this huge extreme when, you know, it really isn't. You know, being healthy and fit is not, you know, eating the same 10 foods every day and spending hours in the gym and so forth. So a lot I've learned over my time. And again, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments down below, and I can always do a video of, you know, starting my fitness journey in high school to getting to competitions and so forth, if that is something you guys are interested in. I don't know, but that's kind of the whole rundown. And again, my Instagram is basically my little, why I started was my little fitness journal. So if you ever want to scroll back there, as well as my YouTube videos, you're, you know, definitely do so and kind of see. It's cool to see the progress and how you evolve, not only in your fitness journey and your physical appearance, but, you know, how much your mindset has changed in that time frame, which is something that I really, really value as a whole. But yeah, that is my ramble. Again, let me know if you have any questions with that. But until next time, y'all, I mean, well, cheers to it. It's 6:30 p.m. and I have no regrets, but give this video a thumbs up, drop some comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.